Hey everyone, welcome to Aniki, the podcast about anime with two brothers. I'm Ben.
I'm Jonathan.
And this week, we're talking about Hyouka. What a surprise.
Well, that's what we do every week. So,
And guess what?
we'll talk
Later
about
on,
Jojo.
we're going to talk about Jojo.
That is fact.
It's going to be full surprises today. So why don't you get us caught up on what's been going on with the old Hyouka?
Oh, good old Hyouka.
Hyouka Club.
So, we're still right in the middle of the Bunkasai. There's a huge problem. The Classics Club has ordered infinite copies of their little booklet, Hyouka. They were supposed to have 30, but instead they got 200. What they gonna do? Well, micromanage. Oreki's gonna man the booth and sell as many copies as humanly possible. Satoshi is gonna go advertise. Chitanda is gonna go manipulate people into helping them sell the thingy. Ibarra is gonna go be sad in Manga Club. But, new twists. There's been a mystery going on in the Bunkasai. Things have been getting lost.
Where do they go?
Well, Juumonji steals them. An evil sentient board game has come to life and is stealing all of the things.
Is it a rhinoceros?
I mean, I guess. Could be.
If the thief ends up being a guy with a rhinoceros mask on, I'll be so
pretty
thrilled.
Sweet. Or it could be a zombie that they only discover at night.
Mm.
That way it's a corpse by evening. Which is the other slight mystery going on is there's a manga called Corpse by Evening. And it's supposed to be super good and help prove to Manga Club that things can just be intrinsically awesome. So that catches up us on Hyouka.
So this week, we open with Oreki trying to enjoy his lunch. Although many things are conspiring to not let him enjoy his lunch.
I like how his sister made him his lunch.
Yes, an
That
ethnic
speaks
lunch.
a great deal.
And it couldn't even be normal.
Yeah, no, it had to be probably Indian.
Well, the others walk in right after their thrilling victory at the cooking club contest.
Yeah,
Going, "We won,
wildfire.
hooray!"
Yep.
Oreki's like, "Grats. Good job, guys." And Chitanda makes it a point to come down to him and crouch and like thank him personally for throwing the bag of flour out the window. What a good job, Oreki.
Satoshi's like, man, it was a surprise. I never thought something like that, like you would ever do anything like that. I love what Oreki says. Don't worry, I'll never have an outburst like that again. I got carried away by the festival mood. It
That
won't
sounds
happen
like him.
again.
And then Chitanda's like, oh, by the way, Oreki, there's something I want you to look at. It's not what you're hoping for.
It never is.
It's just a note. It's the note from under the pan.
Yep, it's the Juumonji note, and he has the worst face.
Utter disgust.
He's like, no, please.
But nope, that's what he gets. This is what he's getting right now. And he is so not pleased with it.
Oh, no.
So much so, he throws us to the opening. So, the title of this particular episode is called The Juumonji Incident, which sounds like the title from a Touhou game.
It does, doesn't it?
It does.
The evil Juumonji is stealing letters that spell spring, so somebody has to go kill it.
Yeah, and everyone's now dressed up in dresses with frills. And all of their hands look like sausages.
And silly hats. Silly hats only
And,
club.
and everyone has Uzis. Well, actually, that one guy does have an AK-47, so...
Well, not anymore, turns out, here soon.
That's true.
Spoilers.
So, now we get a sort of recap from the gang about what's been going on and who all has lost what.
Yep. All while Oreki is trying desperately to eat his lunch.
He just wants to eat his lunch.
What I love is he's just like, it was all caused by somebody who was too bored. And they're like, yeah, but this was stolen and this was stolen. He's like, nope. Someone was very bored.
Yes.
Just boredom. Stop it. Stop it now.
He tries to change the subject. He's like, you know what? The fragrance of the spice of this shrimp is just... And then Chitanda leans in with the eyes. And his whole world goes gray.
Yep,
Time stops.
Toast.
And lunch is ruined.
He's like, hey, don't have time. Look at all these Hyoukas. I gotta sell them.
Yeah, he actually cuts off her Kininari Mas. She doesn't get the Masu out. She's like, Kirinari, nope.
Oh, no.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
No, you don't. Look at this. I got a gajillion copies. But right when he's saying that, whoop, Satoshi's like, and what better way to advertise them than to solve a mystery? Huh?
There's a radio broadcast tomorrow, and if we can figure out who's doing all this stuff, we could tell everyone then, and all of our problems will be solved.
Yep.
Except for one, which is Oreki wants to keep sitting right there. He doesn't want to move anywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Oh, good. The cactus is still in these shots. Good old cactus.
Yeah.
I love when Satoshi goes up to pitch what he's gonna tell over the radio. He totally pitches Oreki as like the coolest anime protagonist ever.
He does. He's basically Alucard being like Alucard, except he's also
detective.
Sherlock.
Yeah, actually, it doesn't remind me so much as Alucard as it does, that idiot from the rollerblading mech show. Lelouch of the Rebellion.
Oh, rollerblades. I don't remember rollerblades in that show.
Yeah, no, the mecha have roller skate feet, and it's kind of dumb.
I must have blocked that out of my memory. Like
probably for the best. That show is pretty dumb.
Oh, Norio Wakamoto. You were the only reason to watch that show.
That is very accurate.
But after Satoshi pitches Oreki the idea of you will be the Bishi detective and you will win the hearts of all, he actually stands up for himself. Oreki does. He's like, you know what? Screw you. I am not a crowd drawing panda.
Like he's a panda.
I can just sort of see him behind him. The silhouette of the spider having its talons still caressing his head.
Yeah. He's like, I'm not doing this again. His pitch does get a standing ovation by Clap Tonda.
Close, maybe.
Also, he's like, dude, impossible. If you want me to hunt down the culprit of this, there are literally thousands of students and innumerable visitors. It is impossible. Moody.
Moody. I was really hoping like he would say that more, but
just like a gajillion times. This sets off Pout Tonda. You get a lot of Tondas today.
There's a lot of Tondas today.
Clap Tondas and Pout Tondas.
He's sort of crushed her spirit.
Yeah. She's like, oh.
If only they would target Classics Club. And Satoshi's like, well, why don't we just make it up then? And
they were like, no.
Ibarra is immediately, you know what? You shut your mouth.
Yeah, vetoed. Done. Nope. However, all this talk has gotten Oreki thinking.
Little wheels are turning. Was he twisting his hair? Is he twisting his hair at this point?
He's not.
No,
he's just thinking.
Quite. And he sauces out that the clubs are being targeted in alphabetical order.
Yep, it's an ABC murders sort scenario here.
Yeah, it's the Japanese ABC order in hiragana.
Well.
So that's kind of important because the whole rest of this episode hinges on that fact. So for those of you who do not know,
well, it only matters in so much as Classics Club will be targeted last. Is really as far as that goes.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone else is figuring this out at the same time, so it's sort of. But the point is the first 10 letters of the hiragana alphabet are A, I, U, E, O, and then
Kaki,
Kuke, Ko. Yep. And Classics Club is actually called
Kotenbu.
Yeah, Kotenbu. So they're probably going to get hit last.
Yeah, but why is there 10? Why do we know they are targeting 10?
Well, Ibarra brings up that this is kind of like the Agatha Christie ABC murders.
No, that's not the reason they give for why the 10 are being targeted.
Oreki's like, well, I bet it's just like the letters of the items are being stolen as well. So every single club has had something stolen that starts with the same letter as their club. And besides, just check the note signature. And they're like,
just look at the
what
name.
are you talking about? It's just Juumonji. He's like, don't be stupid. It says 10 characters.
Yep.
And everyone just has their mind explode all at the same time.
We were just reading it like a name rather than what it actually says.
So they're going to get hit. Probably.
Tabun.
So Chitanda runs out of the room to go talk to Newspaper Boo.
Yep.
Satoshi is like, you know what? This incident. And then a shadow falls across his face. He's like, never mind, and runs out of the room. And Oreki asks himself, what's up with him? And the camera sort of slides over to Ibarra. who's still there.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah, you're still here. And then we have this little thing where he's like, aren't you going to go to manga club? Eventually, I guess.
I guess
You should,
that's fine.
why are you
No.
in such a foul mood? And she's like, I'm not angry.
I'm not angry at anything. You're the one who's angry. No one's angry. Shut up. Ibarra has a bad time this whole episode. It's a bit of a downer for poor Ibarra. It's sad.
It is kind of, but not as much as I think we're supposed to be led on to believe.
It's high school drama. What do you want?
It really is. So Chichanda gets to newspaper club.
Oh, yep. We get to see Spider Tonda work.
Yes. She remembers the spider's words.
Yes.
Poor Irisu. Because her advice is not being followed very well.
Well, it's being followed by the letter, but not the spirit. And by the letter, I mean she literally says exactly what Irisu told her to do.
Yeah, this poor kid from newspaper club, he was not expecting this kind of Spanish Inquisition at all.
No,
Because
he was not.
Well, before she actually starts grilling him, he does let loose some facts, which is that
because when she shows up at club, the newspaper club is just going bonkers. Like they know all about Juumonji to some extent, and they're all
they
in a
basically
tizzy.
figured out everything that Oreki figured out about 10 seconds ago.
Well, they might not know the order yet, but they're getting there.
No, but they know something's happening, and they have actually had a knife stolen.
Yep.
Turns out
A utility knife.
a utility knife. Although I don't remember how it's spelled in Japanese.
Yeah, well.
But yeah, she does grab this one guy, pulls him out in the hall, and then into a separate room. And then, goes through the list of everything Irisu told her to do.
I expect you to do some stuff, but it's mostly for yourself and not for me. Also, do you feel like doing it now? Also, we're alone in a room, so that's nice.
He's like, I'm gonna just go
just
that away.
Gonna go.
But she's like, but there's a thief. And
They're
he's like, whoa,
we
whoa,
know.
whoa. You mean Juumonji? Do you know things? Tell me you know things.
And she's like,
so she
yeah.
basically spills all the beans, just gives it all away.
And she says that Oreki has figured it all out, and this makes poor smoking guy just so sad. It's like, I remember when he solved things. It doesn't end well. Please leave me alone.
Well, actually, for a second, something happens. Because as he's walking away, after she's told him all the things, he throws out the fact that they've had a utility knife stolen, but thanks for the info, and starts walking off. And while he's walking away, something snaps inside of Chitanda. She grabs hold of him with her talons and is like, where's my payment and information? Give it to me.
You're supposed, this is a give and take. I have given, now I take stuff from you. Only it's just in her head.
Yeah, she was just imagining what it would be like to be like Irisu, because he just gets away.
Yeah.
He walks away, and that's it.
She's like,
Sad.
well, hopefully they'll mention Classics Club in their report. That would be nice.
So she turns and immediately runs into Satoshi.
Mm-hmm.
And he has been off verifying all the alphabet stuff.
Yep.
Like, all of it checks out. Even the ones that were missing in the pattern. Those have actually been hit. So, but he's made an interesting observation. It's that whoever's doing it has been tied down by their own rule.
Mm-hmm.
So
all he has to do is find out what the next club is. And there's only one club that starts with Ki. And that is Magic Club. Like Stage Magic Club.
yeah,
So he's going to go check out that
not
show.
the occult club.
Not Maho. Not
Someday
Demon
we're going to
Law.
get Chitanda into Maho Club.
Oh,
Maho
that would be
Boo.
nice. I want to see her as a witch. Her in a little witch
Did
outfit
she not
with a little
cosplay
hat.
as a witch yet?
I don't think so.
Oh, that's too
Little
bad.
hat. Give her a little hat, little cat. Be adorable.
So in
And
this little
great.
exchange, Satoshi is like super getting into trying to catch this guy.
Oh, super big. He is. This is his life's goal. This is his life's mission.
He wants to catch this guy in the act.
In the act.
So his plan right now is to go to Magic Club, sit there, and wait. And he is going to find the guy and tackle him.
Yep. Catch this guy red-handed.
So we get back from the break, and he has put his plan into action.
He is waiting for the next Magic Club show.
It's he gets there way too early though. And who should arrive but or Nisei Rival-kun.
Yeah, Hikaru no Go shows up again.
Yeah, fake rival guy.
He's figured it
I
all
will
out
say
too.
though, I can't figure this out. Now,
Yeah.
maybe it's just the direction and the character design, but this dude's looking awfully suspicious.
He is.
I don't know
it's true.
if that's just his character or that's just how these kinds of characters are.
I think he's just
But he's looking awfully suspicious. Oh,
he's just kind of a putsy guy.
He could be the culprit because he wants to one up.
I think the
Satoshi.
problem here is why he can't be the culprit is he's not cool enough to be the culprit because he thinks he's too cool of a dude.
That's true. That's true.
But yeah, he's here to make this a competition too.
And he's like, hey, if you're here, then you know. Satoshi's like,
yeah.
Know what? It's like, Juumonji. He's like, I guess. And Rival San is like, this one's mine. I'm a mystery fan.
Oh, really? Isn't that nice? Please go easy on me.
Please go easy on me.
I hate this guy. He needs to just get punched.
Well, it's two things, I think. One is his insufferable personality, but two, it's that bowl cut.
Yeah.
And if I have learned nothing else from watching way too much anime, it's that the kid with the bowl cut is the most insufferable guy.
Yeah, he is, isn't he? Just the worst.
Do we have that same thing in America with the bowl cut?
I mean, I would agree.
I don't know many people as adults who have bowl cuts. But I think as a kid, yeah, they were all insufferable.
Yeah.
We cut back to Oreki.
Everybody's second favorite ship of the show, Oreki/Ibara.
I guess.
Oreki-Bara.
I would not ship them together. Because that would just end in a giant firefight.
Yeah.
So Oreki is asking Ibara, since she brought up at the beginning that it's like the Agatha Christie ABC murders. If you know that, what was the motive in that book? And see, she starts telling. She's like, well, it's not just because. Yeah, it's not like they're like, it'd be cool. A bunch of murders that start with A and go to whatever letter. That'd be cool.
That's boring. Because they're Britain.
Actually, we don't actually get to the motive, do we?
No. She
sort
of gets cut off. Just saying that it's very unsatisfying if it's just going in order. And Oreki is like, you'd be kind of a schizophrenic if that's what you were doing. That'd make no sense. Like, why would you do it?
Yeah, and Ibara sort of catches on a little bit. He's like, wait, hang on a second.
Why do you care?
Do you want to catch him? Are you starting to care about this? Because it sounds like you're starting to care about this. Well, no, but it's all Chitanda's fault.
Yep.
She's like, you know what? Just ignore her if you are that upset about it. He's like, well, she's not really a person that I can ignore.
Ibara just giggles. And
her complete mood, her pissed off mood for the last 10 minutes just breaks.
Yep. She ships it.
The idea of Oreki having a crush is super adorable to her.
Yep. She gets a kick. She gets a giggle fit.
He brings her back down though. He brings her back to the ground level.
Because then he gets super meta all of a sudden.
Oh, by the way,
you've got to give me something.
Yeah, you owe me for the flower.
And she's like, but
what?
He's like, dude, nope. This is a trade quest. We gotta keep it going.
I like how the moment he says that, she's like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, yeah, that's okay. Fair. He uses a weird turn of phrase here. He calls it the Staw Millionaire.
Yeah, I caught that. I didn't... Is that a thing?
I'm
going to look that up.
Yeah, what I would assume is it's a story of somebody who starts with a piece of straw and trades it all the way up to become a millionaire, but that's complete conjecture.
Possibly.
But I would imagine that's what we're dealing with here.
Ooh, it's a Japanese Buddhist folktale.
Uh-huh.
A poor man who becomes wealthy through a series of successive trades, starting with a single piece of straw.
Yeah. So yeah, it's exactly what it sounds like. Yeah.
How have I not read this before?
That must be why those sorts of trade quests appear in every Japanese video game. We've learned a lesson.
Huh.
Blame Buddhism.
We have learned a lesson today.
Yeah.
Thank you, Buddhism.
Yeah.
So she decides that her item is going to be a mirror that she had upon her person and we haven't seen before.
Yep.
And Oreki's like, well, I mean, that's nice and all, but are you sure? Because without this, you can't cosplay.
Yeah, and he gets immediately smacked in the face with the mirror because Ibara's like, do not say that word. That is not a thing we say. Stop it.
That is, taboo. Can't say it. Why does she hate the word cosplay so much? I mean, she hasn't actually said what she calls it. What does she call it?
She doesn't want to be seen as a giant nerd. Even
She
though
is a
she's
giant nerd.
giant nerd.
She's in manga club. She hangs
doesn't
around
want
people
to
who dress
admit
like Vocaloids all day.
She doesn't want to admit it. Remember, she tried to convince all of manga club not to dress up.
Oh, yeah. Also, her room is full of manga, so she doesn't really have a leg to stand on there.
Yeah, but she doesn't want to admit it to herself.
It's sad. She just let it go. Let it go.
Yeah.
Something, something, something. Never seen that movie.
Yeah.
So we cut to Satoshi, who is still waiting by, or I guess he's waiting inside Magic Club now. He's inside.
Yeah, because it's being announced.
Yeah, they're waiting for the thing to start. And no one else is there except, I noticed, the people who might actually care about catching this dude.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way, doesn't it?
So we've got Rival San in there.
Yep.
Then, inexplicably, Irisu shows up. It's like, this is normally beneath her, I would think.
You would think. I mean, she doesn't have any interest because Satoshi even asks, and she's like, yeah, no, I don't know enough about magic to know if I care about it or not. So we'll find out.
The manga senpai show up. Reimu Butler and the president, they show up.
Bucho will show up.
And even the executive committee senpai show up.
The hotties. Because there are some girls in there that seem to actually just care about the magic. And when these guys show up, they're like, ooh, oh my. They get a case of the vapors.
Yeah, there's some magic happening.
It is, let's see here.
Sparks are flying.
I wrote down their names because I think they're important to the plot later. Tandabe, who is sort of like an assistant, and then the president of the student council, Kugayama Muneyoshi, to whom Satoshi salutes. Because,
he does. And he's like, oh, Satoshi, you're here. And he looks down at Irisu and is like, oh,
hi, Empress.
Josei-san. So apparently it's not just a nickname that people use about her outside school. They say it to her face. And she's like, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, sure. Works for me.
I own it. It's mine.
She does own it, that's for sure.
So Satoshi, as the curtain rises and the show begins, he's thinking to himself, all right, here we go. So
here we go.
If I were a thief, how would I steal anything with all these people watching? Ah,
Yep. Ah, poop.
It's already been stolen.
Yep. As he's watching, there's a assistant lighting candelabras on both sides, and one of the candles in the candelabra is missing. Already missed it.
He missed it. And Satoshi is horrified.
Yeah.
It's
he stands up in the middle of it. It's like,
how?
Huh?
And then he realizes what he should have thought of immediately before any of this happened. It was already gone. And come to think of it, why would this dude strike during the show?
Yeah, that was kind of
doesn't make any sense. And it seems like only Satoshi and the rival now care enough not to enjoy the rest of the show.
Yep.
Because both of them have just despair everywhere. Zetsubo.
What I like is right after Satoshi mentions it, Hikaru is super mad that Satoshi caught it first, that it was missing.
Well, he's beating himself in the head, so...
Yeah. I also checked when they first raised the curtain, the candle's already missing before they even draw attention to it. A clever bit of continuity there. They did good.
Good job.
So I was like, I wonder if it...
Meanwhile, in Mangaboo...
In Drama Club...
The Vocaloids are still the worst.
They start in talking about Ibarra in third person.
Because Ibarra is remarking to her friend as they're manning the station that they sold more yesterday. And it would be nice if they sold more today. Yep. Because their review book isn't working out as great as they thought. And the Vocaloids, especially Hatsune Miku, have some opinions.
Oh, golly, do they.
Like, we'd have sold more if someone didn't object to everything.
Everything we were doing.
And besides, I bet she's got that crappy manga she was talking about, and she's just not telling us about it. Or she just named off some obscure reference to get us off her case.
They're just the worst. They're the worst. Talk about people you want to get punched in the face. It's these guys.
The rage builds, and Ibarra has about had enough.
She's about to engage the trolls when... What? Their ringleader comes in the door and tells them off. Like, no, that manga exists, and you've never heard of it, so shut up. Quit bugging her.
And Ibarra is just in shock. She has no idea what's going on right now. And she just has to head out. She leaves club for right now. But before she does, she gives all the Vocaloids, one at a time, a death glare.
It's okay. They give it right back.
And what she should have done was the whole, pointing to her eyes, then to them.
Yep.
Watch it. Gotcha.
You guys.
I'm going to get it later.
Stop it.
But watch your back.
She'll knock him off of your least favorite bridge of the school.
Yeah, she goes out to the bridge, and she sees Satoshi walking and trying to figure out.
So I also noticed something about this bridge. This bridge is actually the roof of an internal bridge, too. So it is a covered bridge. It's just they're also utilizing the roof of it as another secondary bridge on the floor above.
It's a really weird bridge. I don't understand this bridge.
I don't know. I don't know why you're so burned about it.
I'm not burned about it. It's just a really weird structure.
You seem real upset about it. Real bent out of shape. Real Ben out of shape.
Is that where you were going with that?
No, I just thought of it just now.
Oh. So Ibarra goes out to this bridge. This
She's
weird,
gonna mope.
awkward bridge. And she sees Satoshi walking. And she is pleased. She's happy. But as she's about to call out to him, she's like, no. I must hold my feelings within me and be sad.
Well, because she's like, man, every time something bad happens, I just go run over to Satoshi and, make him cheer me up and this and that. Or take it out on him.
Yeah, so Satoshi's got his own problems right now.
Yep.
Like, where'd the candle go? Why is he an idiot?
But to the rescue comes everyone's favorite character, Manga Bucho.
Hooray! And she lays down some facts.
Some more drama, turns out. Drama.
Yeah, she's like, okay, look, I've been keeping quiet about this whole thing, but I want you to help out.
Yep.
In club. And Ibarra's like, but then things are going to get weird between you and Reimu.
Dime store Reimu.
She's like, don't worry about it. She's not serious.
Yeah, she's not going to get too.
And she's
friends. Like, everybody's
it's friends. Friends. Yeah. I'm friends. She's friends. Everyone's friends. Well, not everyone, but we're friends.
I'm friends with Dime Store Reimu. Dime Store Reimu is friends with Haruna. We're all just... And she's like, well, now, hold up. Who's this Haruna chick?
Oh, that's one of the authors of A Corpse by Evening. Didn't you know that?
Yeah, because it was a group project, and
yeah, Haruna wrote it, and someone else did the art.
And she's like, "What? Huh? What class is she in? I want to go meet these people because that book is legit." She's like, "Oh, she transferred. Life's hard." She's like, "But give me more information, Bucho. Give me all the info." She's like, "No, can't.
No. The rest of it is girl secrets. Gotta have girl secrets, and that's all. I'm gonna walk away now."
I may have said too much already.
Ibarra misses the whole someone else did the art. And who do we know that's really good at art? Who could possibly have done the art for this manga?
Who could it have been?
Who could it have been indeed?
I know who it is. Do you?
I think I know who it is.
I bet you're wrong.
Is it Reimu?
I bet you're wrong. I'm not going to say.
Is it Reimu?
Maybe.
You're not going to say?
Is it?
Okay.
No.
Oh.
Meanwhile, Mope Tonda is wandering the halls.
She's really sad, or drained, or exhausted, or all the above.
A little bit of all the above. Oh, there's that sweet poster again. Yep. Wonder what that poster might have to do with stuff. Huh. Well,
I doubt it has anything to do with anything.
Yeah,
it's just a dumb poster. I don't think.
Maybe you're right.
It's stupid poster.
It keeps showing up. Maybe you're right. Maybe it's pointless.
But next to the poster,
yes,
newspaper boo
puts up their newspaper, and guess who it's all about?
It's about Juumonji.
Juumonji and his mystery.
They have deduced that his final act will be committed on the third day of the Bunkasai.
Yep,
between 12 and 2 on either Classics Club.
I don't know how they got this time, but sure.
Club. Yeah, they sort of did one of those I'm predicting the end of the world things.
Yeah.
Just made something up.
But it's either going to happen in Classics Club or Crafts Club. And to this, Chitanda cheers up. She's now Chitanda from Mope Tonda. And is like, ooh, good. They actually did mention Classics Club. I did my job well, too. Yay.
Hooray.
Hooray.
It's publicity. We're mentioned once. Kind of.
Well, because here's the deal, right? If everybody knows where the last thing's going to be stolen, well, guess where everybody's going to go? To where the last thing's going to get stolen to try and catch this guy before it happens, right?
So, Crafts Club?
I hope not. They hope not.
Yeah.
It better be
So immediately, we cut back to the club room. And Satoshi and Oreki are having some real talk.
Hashtag
real talk with Satoshi. And Satoshi's like, they stole right out from under my nose. Frickin' A. And Oreki's like, good, because we want to catch him here. Satoshi's like, yeah, but I
wanted
to catch him.
It. I wanted to do it.
And Oreki's like, you thought they'd do that during the show? They didn't even do that during the cooking club thing. And Satoshi's like, But if you knew that, why didn't you just tell me?
Well, yeah,
Why didn't you tell me if you realized that already? And he's like, I didn't know what you were going to do. You just ran out of the room.
You're just like, oh, I'm going to go do a thing. Bye. I've got things to do. And then he goes and makes out with Alan from Escaflowne. Things to do.
Oh, Nescaflowne. So Chitandra wanders back in and reports that everything is going as planned.
Yes. The copies she left with Irisu are selling quite well.
This is a funny little thing, I thought.
Yeah.
She says that the newspaper's reported, and the last hit is either going to be Classic Club or Crafts Club. To which Oreki replies, Crafts Club? We have one of those?
Yep. He didn't even know. There's too many clubs here. There's like 50 plus clubs, and nobody knows anything.
Yep.
But I like the idea that it's not Crafts with a C club, it's Crafts with a K club, and all they do is just eat mac and cheese all day. That sounds like a club that would be at the school.
I would go to that.
They have the Confectionery Research Society. Why not we sit around and eat Blue Box Craft mac and cheese all day?
Okay, wait. So hang on. If the Confectionery Club, who sit around and eat sugar all day, if they come wandering around like serial killer pumpkins, what would the K Crafts Club people dress up as?
Oh, golly. Extraordinarily stereotypical Italians. Just offensively stereotypical Italians. Or they would go over the top in the weird way they can only get away with in anime, which is one is dressed like the Pope and the other one is dressed like a gondolier. They're both in Italy. Seems perfectly legit.
Yeah. I see it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
And they would be carrying not a bag of wheat flour, but just a giant, like, bulk-sized bag of the fake cheese powder that's in every box of Kraft mac and cheese. They do sell that. You can get it.
Do they?
Yeah. You can get it on, like, Amazon. You can get a bulk bag of just that powder. It's actually supposed to be really good on popcorn.
Ooh. I feel like we need to just stop this podcast now and go try that out.
Go do that? Well, actually, so here's the deal. In Bloomington, one of my roommates would pinch the Kraft packet from boxes of Kraft mac and cheese to put on popcorn. So we would then have all these boxes of blank noodles without the little cheese packet. And we're like, please, stop this madness.
That's cruel. That is so cruel. You go and you want to have a childhood treat.
They would go out and buy these and steal the cheese.
You think you're gonna have a nice dinner of nostalgia and happiness, and
instead it's just blank noodles.
Just noodles.
Like, no. Ugh. What possible reason could you have for doing this? It's like, I wanted popcorn.
What monster does this?
I see this, but no.
So anyway, Chitandra is like, okay, so I was thinking that tomorrow I'm gonna go to broadcasting club, and she notices that Oreki is like really glaring at her, and she's like, what'd I do? He's like, nothing. You just look really tired.
Well, she's had a really hard day of social tanking. She's had a social tank all day. And right before we get into that, in comes Debbie Downer Ibarra, who's like,
as if the mood could not get any more solemn in here, with Satoshi being down on himself, Chitandra being mostly
Oreki's
dead.
Just pleased as a peach. He's not had anything to do, and it's the best.
Yeah. He hasn't actually moved from this chair except to throw out the flour all day.
All day. He still has the best job.
That was a hard day. So Ibarra comes in, breaks the mood, is just kind of a jerk. So they all go home to their respective houses, super eager to get on with the day.
Chitandra goes home to her body pillow, which is a giant eggplant with a face.
Okay, so
I guess she has a thing for eggplants. Yeah.
And discuss the eggplant face.
Really?
So...
Is it really worth talking about, other than the fact it was on her apron and also she has one at home?
Well, it was on her apron. Okay, fine. But the way the scene is presented is you just see this face.
Yeah.
It's just a cute little face bordered by purple. That's all you see. And then you see Chitandra being sad and looking at it.
Uh-huh.
And then the camera cuts to right above it, and it's a giant eggplant.
Giant eggplant.
And it's... The feeling I had when I saw that was utter curiosity, tinged with maybe a little bit of disgust. But
see, mine was curiosity tinged with joy, where she's like, she has a giant eggplant. Isn't that nice?
Yeah,
And
after
I
a
was
second, it's like,
is this a
well,
pun?
of course she has one. Why wouldn't she have one?
Is this a pun I'm missing? Like, I don't know. Like a giant,
I don't know, because
a giant like rice mascot, I could understand. Like, come on. We know she has very strong opinions about rice. But eggplants?
she hasn't mentioned eggplant once.
Not once. It's been on her apron, and now it's now a thing.
Now she sleeps with one.
Well,
A giant eggplant that consoles her in her time of need.
Yeah. Giant body pillow sized eggplant. Most girls would have like a body pillow of one of the boys from Free or that basketball show.
Or from executive committee.
Sure. Yeah, one of those
Yeah.
hotties. Or even just a punching bag that she has stapled a photograph of Oreki's face to after acting out the eyes. That I could buy. Giant eggplant?
Yeah.
That's weird.
But, of course, in this universe to which we are watching, she goes home. She says that asking for favors is very tiring.
Yeah.
And then asks the giant Nasu-san to embrace her.
And they do. They have a snuggle.
And we cut.
Yeah. Well,
To somewhere else.
she also has a little like sitting pillow that's an orange slice. So I don't know. Each their own.
She's weird. She's a weird duck.
She's a weirdo. You're all weirdos. Oh, well.
So we cut to Ibarra.
Who's a Debbie Downer?
She's always a Debbie Downer in this
Yeah,
arc.
well.
And she's still trying to find that corpse by evening, but apparently she's given up.
Yeah.
And she's trying to find something that's like it, that's almost as good,
Yeah.
but
She's got
She
this manga
can't.
called Body Talk, which is not as horrible as it sounds. It looks like it's, I
yeah,
don't
she's
know.
like it's like one notch below a corpse by evening.
But,
And then she wanders
It's
over
alright.
to her desk and looks at the one that she made back in the day.
Oh, yeah, and she's just so disgusted by it. It's the greatest.
She's disgusted by herself all the time. She has some real self-esteem issues.
Everybody does right now. This is just the worst.
Does Oreki?
Oreki is a giant void, remember?
Well, last 2 arcs ago, or however many it was,
He was
He
suffering
had
from
his-
crippling self-doubt. He's
he
over
had
his crippling self
self-doubt.
Yeah,
but
he's
it's
over it.
contagious. Everyone
Yeah,
else
now
has it
everybody
now.
else has it. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
then we cut again.
To Satoshi, who's having the worst time of it, because he's there walking down the street being like, man, everybody's changing and growing as people. Oreki's busting out of his shell. Chitanda seems to be drifting towards him and opening up. And I'm not changing at all, and I'm going to be the same forever. Well, not this time, gosh dang it. I'm going to solve mysteries for me. I'm going to be the one to solve it. Oreki has already said there's no possible way to catch a culprit out of so many people, so the only way to do it is catch him in the act, and that's just what I'm going to do. Satoshi's going to be the protagonist. I'm taking over this anime. It's going to be me. I will be the red one. I'll be the Red Ranger.
This little outburst here sort of reminds me of Daffy Duck.
It does, doesn't it?
It's like he's very confident in himself. He's very, very strong-willed. He's going to get it done. But ultimately, he's going to fail hard.
Ultimately, his head is going to be put on a 4-legged beast with a flag for a tail and,
Screwball.
yeah, and a like a flower around his head. Though he's already done that,
True.
so I don't know if that's much of a change
That's
from
true.
Satoshi's everyday life.
Whoa. What if this entire show,
Yeah,
he's just been doing the Duck Amuck cartoon
routine the whole time.
the whole time?
Who's the animator?
Irisu?
Chitanda.
Oh, yes, Irisu. Because we only see her a couple times.
Nope. One-san.
Oh, yes. I like that.
Nope, a plane. Oh, there you go.
That is a plane.
Ooh, prop plane.
And then we cut one more time to Oreki,
Yeah.
who's at home, not caring
Yep.
at all.
Who has the crippling self-doubt now? Not me. I'm cool. Hey, Kanye-sai's selling stuff online. Isn't that nice?
Isn't that nice? I'm gonna go to bed. So he does. The end.
Yep. The end. We get Kimi no mystery. It's really important to remember that he found out that he can buy stuff online.
Yeah, he's
Keep
probably
that in
gonna
your pocket.
complete his trade quest online.
Ooh, I like it.
Ho 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 ho.
To eBay with this mirror.
So next time our title is Last Target. I wonder who the target will be last. Could it be Craft Club
With a K.
with a
They
K?
steal their macaroni.
Craft Club? Well, maybe they're gonna get their powder stoled.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, there you go.
Yeah, see.
All the craft powder. Gonna get yoinked.
So what was your best?
Oh, golly. Man, I don't know. Oreki getting hit in the face with the mirror for saying the forbidden phrase.
That was pretty good.
It's the
He
opposite
didn't even
of the
get to
secret
say
word.
the whole forbidden phrase.
Yep.
He got to cosplay, and that was it.
Yeah. Instead of a duck coming down from the ceiling with a $100 bill, he just gets beamed with a mirror.
So my best was how literally everyone else knows about Chitanda plus Oreki being the OTP,
Oh, super
except
the OTP.
Chitanda plus Oreki.
Yeah. Yeah, but isn't that the way it always is, though? That's like high school in a nutshell.
But everyone is very subtly digging at it to great comedic effect.
Oh, yeah. Everyone knows.
Oreki doesn't know, and Chitanda's too tired to know.
Well, Oreki won't admit it to himself.
Kind of.
And Chitanda's probably just too dense to notice.
She is pretty dense.
Not just dense to notice his feelings, but dense to notice her own feelings.
I don't know that she's had any feelings yet, except for she was embarrassed that he saw those pictures.
Oh, she knows. She knows.
But I think he knows subconsciously because of all the looks he was giving her during the beach episode.
Oh, yeah.
What was your worst?
What was the worst? It's just a Debbie Downer of an episode, isn't it?
Pretty much. I mean, everybody is just down in the dumps at the end except for Oreki, but he's never really a bastion of joy.
No, he's not. At the best of times, he's nonplussed. At the best of times, he's doing a slow clap out of a window.
Just sort of hanging out of it.
Yeah.
You hope no one comes by and nudges him. He might fall out.
Yeah.
He probably wouldn't care.
No.
Like, well, I guess this is it.
Woo.
I think my worst would have to be the Ibarra subplot.
Oh, really?
And I didn't really feel like that until we got to the bridge scene, and we get this whole thing about, oh, well, Haruna exists, and someone else did the art, and I'll be honest, I don't really know why any of this matters. Ibarra's been way too tight-lipped about why she cares so much. I mean, we know that she likes her opinions about manga, but insofar as her interactions with the Vocaloids and everybody else, I don't really know what's going on other than just girls are mean, but they're being mean without much of a reason. And that's I mean, I get it's high school and it's kind of realistic, but the moment we found out that Reimu stopped caring about the whole conflict, then there isn't really a conflict anymore, and I'm not really sure why it's continuing.
Well, then it becomes more of a mystery, but no, I understand that point of view.
Who's your MVP?
MVP Cactus.
Cactus?
He remains a constant.
He does. He has not yet been stoled.
You're right. You'd think that if something gets stole from them, it's going to be that cactus.
It has to be Cactus or Hayabusa-kun.
Oh, don't steal Hayabusa-kun. He might not be Fastabusa-kun. Well, he'll get the job done. But he'll get there. He'll get the job done.
I also have a non-player character as my MVP.
Oh, who's your MVP?
I have Nasu-san for consoling Chitanda in her greatest time of need.
Yeah.
That's the eggplant. It's the
good old eggplant. He's the best. Ooh, new OTP, Cactus / eggplant.
There we go.
Give me that one.
Cactus Eggplant.
Cactus Eggplant 2016. For president of our hearts.
The problem with that eggplant isn't the fact that it's an eggplant. It's that he has a face. Why does he have a face? The orange slice doesn't have a face.
No.
Of course, it'd be weird if she was sitting on it. But the eggplant does not need a face.
No. But it's got one, gosh dang it.
It does. It's the cutest eggplant face. So there we go. Nothing weird to see here. But apparently the mystery will be solved next week.
I think so. Yeah, I think next week is the last episode of the arc. And then I think we might have the infamous episode. Let me see.
That would be 17. And you said 17 was why was the kid go to the office?
No. I lied.
No. You lied this whole time.
17 is more of this arc. Must be 18.
I've been living a lie this entire podcast. You told me it's 17.
I thought it was too.
What am I to trust now?
Oh, nope. It's 19.
19? That's 19. Two away.
Yeah,
you're way off.
Away. Yeah.
Terrible.
Number 19. Terrible. Here it is. Yep. We found it. Yeah. where we spend the whole afternoon talking about why somebody got called to class after school.
So, what have you watched this week, if anything, besides Overwatch?
You know, I definitely have been watching anime. It's
Yeah?
my biggest hobby. I do it all the time. The Gundam had Gundams in it. Hot Noir boys. Hot Noir boys. There were boys who were part of Noir plots, and they were attractive. Wasn't that good? You remember when the guy found out the thing? That was a good moment. And then in Jojo, they ate spaghetti. I didn't just see that on Crunchyroll's Twitter feed. That's a thing I actually saw happen in the real show. It was really good. I recommend you watch these television cartoons.
So I take it from your reaction that you have not watched anything.
What do you mean? I have watched those things.
Okay, well, let me rephrase the question. How many horses have you raced in Pocket Card Jockeys?
Oh, well, one horse, but several races.
One horse. Oh. Why do you only have one horse? Don't you have many horses?
Well, you do after a while. You only use one until it gets too old, and then you start another one, and you send the other one out to pasture so you can breed it to make more horses.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So you only have the one horse? He's not a very good horse?
Well, I mean, it's better now.
Well, you need to work on your solitaire game.
Well, it's a good, you're still capped out by the ability of your horse.
Okay, well, then what games have you played this week? Besides
Overwatch.
Did you play Overwatch?
Yeah, I did.
How much Overwatch did you play?
Quite a bit.
All of it? All of it?
Not a little.
Did you beat the whole thing? Have you won?
Have I won the Overwatch?
Yeah.
No.
No? Oh. Surely. I believe in you, though.
I've been playing a lot of Torbjorn. I've been playing a lot of the dwarf. He builds turrets.
Oh.
He's Swedish.
Does he?
He builds IKEA turrets.
Well, that's a bit stereotypical, isn't it?
Yeah, well.
I don't think you can do that in a game these days.
Oh, well. They do.
Mm.
But yeah, you gotta build turrets. I've been playing a lot of him lately. I'd like to play more Diva, but after a certain level, she's just not that great. She's not. They're thinking about buffing her, which I'm really excited about. But yeah, it turns out that at higher levels of competition, she just doesn't do enough.
That's sad.
Yeah, she dies pretty easy, and her damage is not super high. It's better to be the big monkey. Better to be Winston.
Only thing I've watched again is the old Sailor Moon.
Yeah, I bet.
Unfortunately, nothing happened this week.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I take it back. Like, things happened, but they weren't interesting. Like, last time I told you they split the party.
Yeah.
And then they all got owned, right?
Yeah.
They fixed that. They're all back together. And then immediately Venus suggested they split the party.
Well,
so they split the party. And later, the inners who went off by themselves, they all get owned. Maybe they're dead.
I doubt they're dead.
For reals.
Well, unless Sailor Moon
I don't know,
the universe again.
Super Sailor Moon was Super Sailor Moon, and then the inners got exploded, and then she detransformed. So she's not Super Sailor Moon anymore.
Well, that's not good.
That's a pretty good indication they might be dead.
They might be giants.
There might be giants. The only other thing was Hotaru's dad. He had a big flashback about his goings on.
Yeah, I saw some good silhouettes that were throwbacks to the original animation, which was really nice.
Yeah, I liked that. The weird silhouette with his weird creepy mouth while he's eating the egg. Yeah, that was nice. We find out that he's evil. He turns into a demon too, and then Sailor Moon ganks him right in front of Hotaru, so he's dead.
Probably wasn't the best plan.
She was sad that she had to do it, but he was going to kill Uranus, so she ganked him.
Yeah.
The weird thing was, and this is the only weird thing out of the whole episode that is worth talking about, the scientist lady, the leader of the Witches 5, we saw her in the flashbacks, and she was originally just the professor's assistant. But then Pharaoh 90 came and here, have an egg in your head. And then he gave her an ultimatum. He's like, well, I put an egg in your head. You can either keep being evil and I can give you all the power, or I can kill you right now. And she's like, well, I guess I want power then. So because of this, Sailor Moon smoked her. Because all the other humans that had eggs put in their heads,
Yeah.
she cured them. But this one, I guess she was just, she wasn't friendly enough.
She was too bad of a dude.
Well, it's too bad she didn't like ask her anything, because I can guarantee you Mistress Nine's going to do way worse. I mean, she already killed Sailor Moon's daughter once.
Yeah. Well, a future daughter. Does it really count? They're still going to have her, so, I mean...
Yeah, but that's about it. That's all that happened. I think at the end of next episode, Sailor Saturn's going to show up and start wrecking heads and busting balls.
As you do. Oh,
well,
golly.
So yeah, Jojo number 15, or
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 2 Battle Tendency, A Hero's Proof. So, we start up the episode in a very appropriate way for Cars, Wham, and AC/DC with some sick Eurobeat action.
Which is a little odd, because as the episode opens with this music, we cut around to dead Mark the Nazi.
Well, I mean, Mark died. We see this.
He did. It's just a little weird to be reminded of this over Eurobeat.
Well, and then Caesar steps up and steps in Wham's shadow, and Mercury Bubble blasts right in his face. And then we go to the op. So, we're off to a good start.
Yeah, we are hitting the ground running, apparently. So yeah, this week we find out who is in fact a hero and who is not, because it is the proof of a hero.
Yep. Proof of a hero is running away. Heroes run away. That's the lesson I learned.
I would assume that a hero's proof would be like cask strength or something.
See, I was thinking a hero's proof would be, what would you say, 150?
Well, about 120s, good old, or 140s cask strength, yeah.
That's what I would put a hero's proof at, yeah.
So we find out, after we come back from the op, that one of Zeppeli's bubbles has actually hit Wham in the face.
Finger.
Yeah, finger.
Very important. Not in the face yet. Very important.
Not in the face yet. And Wham is not pleased.
He's like, dude, that sucks. I like what Jojo says here. He's like, well, Caesar can be an annoyance, but at least his Hammond works. And that sums up Caesar's character pretty well.
Yeah, up to this point, yes. But to counter this, Wham does some amazing head movements and swings his little headdress. So he's got this like headband around his head with strings coming off it with like fishing hooks at the end. Yeah. So he's kind of like a one of those guys in the outback with the big floppy hat with the corks hanging down.
Yeah, to shoot off flies.
Except they're hooks and knives.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So he swings his head around, and the knives apparently pop all the bubbles.
Not the knives, we find out. Not the knives.
The knives.
The little air currents that were created by Wham moving his head around all silly Billy.
And so Zeppeli immediately jumps to the crazy conclusion.
He popped your bubble launcher.
That the strings defeat Hammond.
Yeah. They're anti-Hammond weapons. Therefore...
And these guys know all the principles of Hammond from 2,000 years ago.
I mean, they're not wrong, because then they quickly say, it's like, oh, the Hammond tribe's back. Oh, I thought you killed all you guys. You guys suck. You're the worst. You're always saying dumb stuff like, oh, you'll never stop me. Even if I don't have an arm, I'll still kill you. I'll avenge my dead friends. What a bunch of losers.
They're just laughing in his face. They've also cut Zeppeli all of his face up.
Yeah, because the wind that Wham uses definitely shreds up. So basically here's what we get, right? We get a running theme in this episode that Hammond users are fighting type, right? They go with the punches. And Wham here, well, he uses wind and tornadoes and gusts. So that's flying type. And as we all know, flying is super effective against fighting. So it all checks out.
I can't really fault your logic.
Yeah.
But I feel the worse for it.
Which would also explain why the bubbles don't do well. But
that's true.
As we learn later...
Because who's ever heard of a water-earth type?
As we learn later, the balls are kind of like rocks, and rocks are strong against bird. Granted, I guess the balls are technically like metal, so they'd be steel, but whatever.
Whatever.
It doesn't work for
It
my
mostly-
analogy, so there'll be rocks instead.
It mostly works.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Jojo is basically just weird Pokemon. It's fine.
So Wham is not impressed that the Hammond tribe is back and is like, you guys are all the same. You've been the same since we crossed over from the Western continent. Y'all are losers. We're bouncing.
Yep.
So Zeppeli decides to attack from behind with all of his strength.
Doesn't work.
No, Wham crushes him basically with 2 of his little fingers.
He throat punches Caesar and is like, dude, come back when you're stronger. When we meet next time, I want to admire how great you are at fighting before I utterly destroy you. So, they may be horrible monsters from beyond hell, but at least they have a sense of honor. That's nice.
They do.
Their sense of honor is going to get them in trouble here in a minute.
Yeah, he throws Zeppeli over to a pillar. It's like, anyway, since there are obviously no other Hammond users here, again, we're bouncing.
Yeah.
And so
Jojo's
Jojo starts... right here, guys. Right here. Check it out.
Jojo he just makes an asshole of himself this entire episode.
Yeah. Well, to start with, he walks over to Zeppeli, who has had his eye, like, gouged and everything. And he opens his injured eye. He's like, oh, your eyeball's still there. You're fine.
You're fine. You're fine. Don't worry about it.
You're good. Anyway.
Walk it off. Rub some dirt on it.
And Jojo's like, I've been working on a secret technique.
Super secret. So secret, I didn't even know about until just now.
Exactly. Because when in the world did he have time to do this? Because
to get his
while they were walking
monogrammed
down
balls.
while they were walking down here through the tunnel, he was still saying to himself, I wish I had an awesome technique.
Yep.
So between the time Mark saw the dude and the crumpled dude and ran into Wham the first time, which is about a minute ago, and now Jojo has A, developed a new technique, B, run out and got some steel balls that are monogrammed.
Balls. Yep. Some monogrammed balls.
And figured out how to use them with his Hammond.
Yep.
So
cool.
He's really effective, really efficient.
He's very efficient. I imagine he found these on some dead Nazi named Yaya. Or
oh, yeah, maybe. So he pulls out his balls and he starts whipping them around real fast.
And it's called Hammond Clacker Volley, is what he has called his sweet.
And as soon as he names it,
attack.
he hits himself in the head with it.
Like a putz. He throws him up in the air and accidentally boxes himself on the head, going, oh no! And at this point, not even Speedwagon is impressed.
No
one is impressed by this. They're so done. They're like, who are you? Why would you be doing this? You're the worst.
Yeah, he's like, okay, fine. I admit it. My Hammond is a bit weak, but I'm still gonna kill you guys with these. So check it out. And he throws, and it's a miss.
He misses. Well, you missed one of the best parts, where he's like, look, this might not be the best, but here's the deal. All I know is that I can't stand egotistical jerks like these guys, so I'm gonna beat them up. Now, if you had 2 words to describe Joseph Joestar's personality, what might they be?
Really nice guy.
No.
Genuine, soft-hearted.
No. Well, maybe genuinely soft-hearted. I'm looking for the words egotistical and jerk.
Oh, yeah, he's those.
So,
he's those.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself, Jojo.
He can't, though.
No.
And I think it's AC/DC who's like, you know what? This is absurd. Humans have clearly regressed over the years.
Yeah, it's great. Right after Jojo misses Wham in the most flagrant way possible, AC/DC's like, perhaps humans have regressed these past years. And
yeah, even Speedwagon here is like, you know what?
Silly enough
Jojo
to make
nuts.
Me cry. It's so silly. I could cry. I could cry.
He'd be
so
fine
dumb.
if he were facing a punk like Led Zeppelin.
Yeah,
but these guys are clearly out of his league.
So far out of his league.
Why is he even trying?
They're in a league of their own.
This is a moment of clarity because Speedwagon is normally like losing his mind, constantly
and
losing
right now
his mind.
He's like,
but here he's in a sea of calm. Jojo is so silly that he has snapped Speedwagon's insanity.
Yeah.
So Wham offers Jojo some advice.
Yeah.
He's like, look, dude, human lives are short enough. Maybe you shouldn't rush to die.
Oh, this is the best smack talk anybody could really come up with. It's like, isn't life short enough, Jojo? Like, yeah, we're ancient demigods from South America, but dude, just hold on. We'll take over the world in 1,000 years. You'll be fine. Just let it be.
But Jojo, like a Jojo, counters that. You know what?
He's such a punk.
Ink spaghetti is dumb too, but it's delicious. As are my balls.
As are my balls. Yeah. Don't knock it till you've tried my balls, wham. 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 The balls may look silly, but taste my balls. And you will find that they deliver.
Let them get in your face.
Let my balls get all up in your face.
So he does this weird swingy thing, and suddenly all the balls vanish. Where did they go? Who knows?
Yeah.
And then he starts singing that he's been working on the railroad.
Yeah.
And I have written down that Jojo has
lost his mind.
That's it.
He is. Joseph Joestar is
he drunk?
He is either the best Jojo we've ever had, or by far the worst, and I do not know. I could not tell you.
He's the combination of both.
Yeah.
He's in some sort of superposition.
Well, you see, he's just so Western and so American, you see. He grew up on the streets.
Yeah, that's true. He's very New York. This is how all Americans are, right?
Yeah, this is what I'm like all the time. I'm like, hey, my balls. I've hidden my balls. I've been working on the railroad, dude. Deal with it.
We find out that they're actually behind his back, and he's stretched the strings on them with a lot of tension.
He's like caught them with his shoulder blades.
And then he lets them go all at once. Because it's a sneak attack, but it's to no avail, and Wham just bends out of the way and dodges.
Because it turns out their bodies are still kind of made out of rubber. So,
But Wham is like, that's a pretty cool idea, bro. You know what? I'm going to let you fight me for a minute. So as you'll notice, I have cut your wrist.
I've slit your wrist.
Which Jojo looks, and there's a fountain of blood coming out of his arm.
Yep.
He's like, so you've got 1 minute. Here's an hourglass measured in blood.
Yep.
Yeah. Go do it. Let's do it.
Just hit me. Just hit me once. Just do it. Just do it. Just go pick up your balls. And Jojo's like, pick up your balls. Oh, really? May I go pick them up? Because you know what? I don't need to. And then from behind,
the balls that had missed in the pillar are suddenly spinning up. And from behind, back attack. Headshot.
They wham right in the forehead. They smack him up. Something awful. And Jojo's like, that one's called Cracker Boomerang. Patent Joseph Joestar. This guy.
He was doing so well, and then he went and named it that.
What, Cracker Boomerang?
Yeah.
Okay, now hold on. Before we go any further. Do you remember a man named Straits?
I do remember a man named Straits.
He was a pretty big vampire, pretty powerful. He could shoot lasers out of his eyes.
I remember that.
What did this awesome dude with a really devastating attack name his eye lasers?
I would like to think he named them something like Death Eye Lasers, because the real name I put far from my memory.
Space Ripper Stingy Eyes, and you're complaining about Cracker Boomerang? Which is a boomerang out of, clacker balls. At least that was descriptive.
Yeah, well... Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You realize that this means that I've now been defeated by Space Ripper Stingy Eyes, right?
Yeah, good.
My shame is complete.
Oh, well. Anyway, Wham's like, okay, all right, well, you got me good. So here's the deal. You can punch me. You can just beat me up as much as you possibly can. You're the first person to have ever scarred my face in my entire life. So go ahead, beat me up as much as you want. And once you're done, I will end you. Pretty cool.
I like all the posturing in this episode. It's nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. Like, the pillar guys are cool. They're pretty suave bad guys. They're well done.
I mean, they're evil.
Yeah.
Definitely evil.
Yeah, they're jerks. But, they're honorable jerks.
So we get back from the break, and Jojo is really upset. Because Wham is really worried that the thing that just happened to his face might leave a scar. And Jojo's like, you're worried about your face? You killed Mark the Nazi, who had a girlfriend and was gonna get married next week, and you walked right through him without a thought. You're a jerk.
You're a jerk. You deserve to get smacked in the face with my balls. That's all there is. All there is to it.
Speedwagon notices that while this is going on, Wham is starting to develop some of the vapors himself.
Yeah, he's starting to contort weird.
He starts glowing with a fierce green energy.
Yeah.
And Jojo remarks, this is bad.
That can't be good. Because basically, here's the deal: Wham has allowed himself to get beat up because it's like self-flagellation. He's doing this because it's like, dude, I let my guard down. You got a good one. You hit me with your dumb balls. So as punishment to me myself, you can beat me up a while. Just know I'm about to do something incredibly dumb. Incredibly dumb.
Then he shows Jojo his technique. Divine Sandstorm. Yeah, it should be more accurately called Arm Vacuum Cleaner.
Yeah, arm vacuum
that's what it does.
dumb thing. So basically, Wham twists his arms up and then starts spinning his hands. He jazz hands super fast. His right hand, he jazz hands clockwise. And his left hand, he jazz hands widdershins, creating a super destructive vacuum between his two fists.
And also, you're forgetting the most important part of his attack. Yeah. Dubstep.
Oh, did it? I didn't notice.
Yeah, there's dubstep going on while he's vacuuming up Jojo with his spinny arms.
Well, it happens. You'll get this.
And Jojo is beaten badly by the drop.
So bad. Because again, while silly, this is definitely a whirlwind attack, which is flying to Jojo's fighting. So, yeah, it does not end well for poor Jojo.
Yeah, he's pretty broken, pretty bruised. He's bleeding everywhere, except from one place.
He tried to hide behind a pillar. Didn't happen.
Wham excuses the fact that he didn't just out and out kill him by saying that his aim was off because my eye.
Yeah, well, his eye did get kind of blown away by Jojo's balls. So,
That's true. No depth perception right now.
Yeah, it's tough.
Then he turns to Speedwagon and Zappelli. He's like,
also,
I would normally ignore you guys, but you witnessed my shame, so I must be rid of you as well.
Yeah, it's like, well, look, guys, I don't, look, okay, normally you guys are cool, I'm cool, I would let you be cool, but you saw me get hit by some balls to the face. So, sorry, but I gotta murder you.
Yeah, no witnesses to the teabagging.
Meanwhile, in the background of this, we notice that Jojo is pulling a very cartoon-esque shtick. As if Joseph Joestar isn't cartoonish enough. He's playing dead whenever Wham turns around to look at him, but any other time, he's crawling away.
Zappelli is speechless.
They're both like, dude, look at that jerk. He's running away again. What a putz.
Even the narrator gets in on it. It's like, look at our dismal hero. But you know what? Just trust me on this. He's still cool, because watch this.
Yeah.
And Jojo gets in a mining cart and runs away.
He runs away. The announcer's like, dude, is this putz worth a hero's tale? Is he worth being the protagonist here? It's like, yeah, it's gonna be cool. He'll be okay. Just watch him run away. He'll be fine.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. So Jojo climbs into this mining cart. Yep. And Wham is intrigued, so he follows.
Yep,
and Jojo releases the brake, and they fall deep into the mine along the track.
Turns out the whole point of this stupid little charade was to get Wham to follow him, thus saving Caesar and Speedwagon.
So yeah, Zappelli is like, damn that chivalrous bastard.
Yeah.
And follows him. Yeah, which sort of defeats the point of Jojo running off in the first place.
Yeah,
now Zappelli is barely following.
But what I do like about this is 2 seconds ago, they're like, Jojo's such an idiot. He's going to abandon us here. He lacks all honor and all everything. What a moron. I can't believe I ever knew him. And then all of a sudden they're like, oh, well, he's got courage and honor in spades. This guy's the best. He's the coolest.
Well, yeah. They can't really make up their mind about him. I can't really make up my mind about him. I don't know what
can
to think about
Wham.
him.
Wham's standing there, and he doesn't know what to think about him. Because he's like, okay, look. Now, Jojo, you are either very clever and very brave, or you're a moron.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards you being a moron.
He's like, do you have bricks for brains, or do you have another trick up your sleeve? It couldn't possibly be something stupid like, going into the mine and using explosives on me, would it? And the camera sort of slides over, and Jojo now has a stick of dynamite behind him
Yeah.
that he's both acquired and lit since the last cut to the cart.
Yeah. And he's like, or instead of something stupid like that, maybe you're going to slam on the brake and flip us both into a bottomless pit. Jojo's like, also, yes, I was going to do that too.
And Wham's like, yeah, you mean like this? And he does it for him.
Yeah.
So they both go flying.
Yep.
Now, at this point in watching the episode, I realized that way more than 1 minute has passed.
Yeah, look,
and
don't worry about it. This is
no. Ever since we had Divine Sandstorm, Jojo's wrist has miraculously healed.
Yeah, well,
the rest of him hasn't, but that has.
Probably. I mean, it got a whole bunch of... You know how rubbing dirt in it always fixes the problem? Divine Sandstorm rubbed dirt everywhere. So it's cool.
Yeah. Okay. I'll buy that.
Yeah, it seems reasonable. He is the grandson/great-grandson of a rugby player, and rugby players are like football players who are notorious for just rubbing dirt in it. So he's fine.
Good point.
There.
So they land at the bottom of a mine shaft or somewhere. I'm not really sure where they are.
They're supposed to be landing in the bottom of a mine shaft, but they actually sort of fly outside into some weird ruined temple thing. Because they're definitely outside.
They're up now.
Yeah, we're in Jojo land where geometry just sort of moves.
Wham is above Jojo, lying on the ground, leering.
Yeah.
And Wham's like, okay, before I kill you, at least tell me this. Why do I not see defeat in your eyes?
Yeah, why do you not look like you're actually defeated? I should. Because I'm pretty sure that you're super dead. And Jojo knows how to work this guy so hard. Because he's like, well, if you give me a month, I'll be strong enough to, kill you forever. So, just so you know.
It's like, my potential is limitless. Actually, you know what? No, never mind. Just kill me. It would be an honor to be killed by a warrior like you.
Yeah, because you're so strong, and, I understand it, Wham. I really do. If you were to let me grow as an individual and get really great at fighting, I could be a threat to you at some point. So, it's only fair that you kill me now. Otherwise, I would come back and I would murder you. So, you should probably just take this opportunity now to murder me forever. I mean, that seems perfectly reasonable.
Yeah, this is basically all of Dragon Ball Z summed up in one little scene.
Yeah.
It's like, if you just hang on right there, we're going to go train for a bit and come back. And they always fall for it.
Well, at least this time it's like a clever ploy on Jojo, because he's like, this guy believes in honor, and I'm going to get him hook, line, and sinker.
And he does.
Meanwhile, AC/DC eats some dynamite like it ain't no thing.
Yeah, he shows up out of nowhere, asks Wham, hey, this guy's 1 minute was up, so why is he still alive? And how could I even know that this conversation took place? Because I already went outside before all this happened. Which is a good question. And then he sees the dynamite on the ground, and he eats it to humorous effect.
Yep.
This is immediately ignored by everyone.
Well, this is JoJo land, man. First off, the pillar guys are totally worth it. The P-boys have seen worse. Caesar has shown up, and he's like, well, that's weird, but I've seen way stranger today, and JoJo has more important things to worry about.
That's true. Than a guy eating a dynamite and exploding a little bit.
Well, Wham, having grown fond of this idiot, agrees to JoJo's demands, and is like, all right, fine. I'll give you 33 days to go become the strongest there ever was, get all 8 badges, and come back to me. But in the meantime, just to make sure you don't just run away to the moon or whatever, I'm going to give you the wedding ring of death.
Aren't they all, though?
Yeah, well, hardy har.
So apparently, the wedding ring of death is this nifty ring that apparently Wham and everyone else who's pillar related has upon his person.
I mean,
and the way it works is they put it on a bit of Jojo.
Yeah, like an
which we'll get back to in a second. Yeah, they'll put it around some sort of vital thing inside of him. And after 33 days is up, it dissolves and poison comes out and kills him.
Like instantly.
And the only antidote is in little rings on each of the pillarmen. One's in Wham's lip. One's in AC/DC's nose. Don't know where Cars' is.
You don't want to know.
But Wham says that he's going to put his ring around Jojo's aorta. And we cut to inside Jojo and a picture of his heart and where the aorta apparently is. And,
okay, well, I mean, you can't.
And John, we're both the sons of a doctor.
Yeah.
Can you take a look at that organ there and tell me what that is?
Well, they claim it's a heart. It's fine. It's fine.
Is it?
It's like a bag of stuff.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Now, look, Ben.
And in the shadows, there are 13 vein things coming out of this, whatever it is.
Well, hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go to Google. I'm going to look in heart reference. And our first result is, there you go. There it is. Now tell me that doesn't look exactly the same. Now, if we put these side by side, I'm going to take this out of my browser. I'm going to shrink it. I'm going to put it side by side of your picture that you just sent me from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And honestly, I can't tell the difference. Which one is it? Is it the one on the left or on the right? I don't know.
Well,
could not tell you.
The one on the right does not have a ring on it for a start.
Okay, hold on. I'm going to superimpose them on top of each other. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. They look exactly the same.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Yeah.
It's cool.
It's the worst heart I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
It looks more like a pelvic splanchnic ganglion.
There you go. Ricardio.
Did you say Ricardio?
Yeah, Ricardio.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, see, we're cool. It looks about the same. Looks about right.
Yeah, okay.
That heart's probably voiced by George Takei too. It's perfectly reasonable.
I believe it.
Here you go. Here's when Ricardio gets a body, and tell me this isn't basically what the Pillarmen look like.
That is basically the Pillarmen.
I mean, it's fine. It's
got a face and everything. I didn't need to be reminded of that. So anyway, pulling back from away from the evil heart, or whatever it is that Jojo has beating within his chest.
Yeah, well, it's the hero's heart.
AC/DC calls up to Cars. It's like, hey, Cars, you want in on this? Because we're all putting our rings on Jojo right now.
Because AC/DC has decided that he wants to keep it, so he's going to put a ring on it too. So he does. He puts one around Jojo's windpipe.
And Cars is like, you know what? No, this is dumb. I mean, we're immortal, and I can see why you guys are doing what you're doing, because it gives you something to do. But
yeah, because I mean, you gotta get your entertainment in here somewhere. But we need to go find.
That red stone of Asia.
Yeah,
and they all leave. They
fly away into the sky.
Yeah, meet us in the Coliseum in 33 days.
In 33 days, and we'll see how tough you are. So have fun with that.
Left alone to his own devices, Jojo is like, well, crap. Now I have 2 wedding rings. Do I even look like a bigamist?
Yeah. He does love his black humor. He even mentions that. It's like, till death do us part. Yeah, I get it. Hardy, har, 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 har. At least Caesar and Speedwagon are perfectly safe, because while I might for sure die in 33 days, because spoilers, I was 100% intending on just running away and avoiding this forever, at least my friends are safe. With the knowledge that his friends are safe, he instantly faints.
And from behind a pillar, Zeppeli comes running out to cradle his now new friend.
Yeah. And it's like, what a guy. What a guy, this Jojo.
He's like, Jojo can do a bluff awesomely.
What a bra.
He's the king of bluffs. Now together, Jojo, we will study Hammond as bros. Let me get roundabout.
Yeah, because next episode we get Lisa.
We get Lisa Hammond coach.
Who's the coolest? She is wicked awesome.
She seems pretty cool if she can beat up these guys.
Yeah, she's pretty cool. Lisa's pretty awesome.
Is that really her name?
Yeah.
Just Lisa?
Lisa.
Why is it both?
It's fine.
So, what was your best?
Golly. Man, I don't know. I love the way Jojo manipulates Wham into agreeing to this sort of like match. Where he just lays it on thick. He's like, yeah, no, I could totally murder you in a month. But you probably just want to kill me now, and that's fine. Seems reasonable. I mean,
yeah, just go ahead.
Yeah. Because if you were to give me a chance to develop, I could murder all you guys, and you probably don't want to be murdered, so.
My best was pretty much every line in this episode.
They're all pretty sweet.
Because every time someone opens their mouth, something awesome comes out, or something ridiculous.
Oh, no.
I think the best part, though, was Zeppeli breaking character for a bit and be like, Jojo, you're too silly, dude.
You
You need to dial it down.
You're just too dumb. Bring it back a notch. Too dumb.
What was your worst?
Worst. I still think Divine Sandstorm is pretty silly.
Really? I didn't think it was that silly, given all the other things I have seen.
That's true. Yeah, but for like
This is right after seeing Zappelli's Mercury Bubbles Blast.
Yeah.
I mean, between the two.
Just for this amazing, like, awesome bad guy, for his secret ability to be a jazz hands really fast.
He has deadly jazz hands. My worst was Jojo in any real danger since the show seemingly forgot about his wrist and the hourglass of blood?
It's fine. Don't worry about it. He rubbed some dirt on it.
I mean, it works, but they made a big deal about it. They made a big deal about how he's going to die in a minute. And then, obviously, he does not die in a minute.
He's cool.
No one cares to explain this.
Hammond.
Well, I was sort of expecting the evil pillar guy to, like, heal him up a bit and, like, okay, go train and stuff. But, nope.
Nope.
What do you have for MVP?
Oh, for MVP. Jojo. Jojo gets MVP today.
Really?
Yeah, he's cool. He hits himself in the head with his own balls. Quite a trick. He scars Wham, which is pretty awesome. It's either that or Wham goes for MVP. But
I have the narrator.
Oh, because even he's like, okay, so it may look like Jojo's a bit of a putz, but just bear with us here.
Yep, that's why I've got him. He's mocking Jojo along with everybody else.
Yeah.
Jojo deserves it. What a weirdo.
What a weirdo indeed.
So next week we get the hot chick.
Lisa.
A female character who does things.
Yeah, she's pretty cool.
Apparently.
Yeah, she's pretty nifty. She greases up a pillar and tells him to climb it.
Wait, is that a euphemism?
No.
Good. Does she have an eggplant?
Maybe.
That would be nice.
I don't recall. She also might be curious about something or another. I don't remember.
Uh-oh.
We'll assume yes.
Hey everyone, thanks for listening. If you have comments or questions about Hyouka, Jojo, or just want our inane take on anything anime related, you can get in touch with us on Facebook or Twitter at Aniki Podcast. Also, make sure to check out the show notes for bonus content and links to stuff we talked about this time. So thanks for listening and see you next time on Aniki.